Archangel Michael says, you need to sit down for this. The one who tried to shatter your spirit, the one who turned their back on your pain, is now being tormented in silence. Every night, visions of your glowing future are haunting their sleep like thunder rolling through a still forest. They wake up covered in sweat, breath catching in their throat, not from nightmares of their own life, but of yours, shining, growing, untouched by their betrayal. They're seeing flashes of you standing tall, powerful, victorious while they remain frozen in regret. These aren't just dreams, they're divine warnings sent straight from the heavens. Archangel Michael says, this person's guilt is no longer hidden, it's written across their days. They once smiled watching you cry, but now they tremble each time they hear your name. Their conscience is no longer quiet, and their spirit is heavy with unseen chains. They can no longer escape it. The image of your strength is stronger than their denial. And now, God is ensuring they witness every moment of what they tried to stop you from becoming. Type Amen to get blessing 333. They didn't expect you to rise again. They whispered lies to stop your voice, hoping others would never see your true light. But heaven stepped in, and now the very mouth that cursed you is being silenced by divine visions of your destiny. They are hearing your laughter in places where your name was mocked. They are seeing your face in people you've never met, places you've never been. It's spiritual justice. They are being shown what they cannot erase. You moved on, but their mind did not. They are stuck in the loop of what they did, trapped by the aftermath of your healing. The strength you built in silence is now shaking their sleep. Type Amen to get blessing 444. The angels that protected you have now turned into messengers of reminder for them. At 3 a.m., they wake with visions, of you glowing, of you winning, of you finally free. Their soul is being whispered to by forces they cannot understand. They remember the moment they chose betrayal. They now relive it each night through divine visitations. Every lie they told is echoing in their ears as truth wraps around your life like a crown. You may have forgiven, but heaven did not forget. Divine order is working, and it's exposing hearts one by one. The unseen world is pulling back the curtain, and you, the one they broke, are now the one they can't stop seeing. Type Amen to get blessing 555. Archangel Michael says, do not rejoice in their pain, but understand your protection. You were never abandoned, you were hidden. While they walked away, thinking you were defeated, God was preparing you in private. They laughed thinking you'd never recover. Now they cry, knowing they will never reach your level again. This haunting is a spiritual echo of the harm they released, but it is also a warning. A divine reversal has started. What they spoke over you is now returning to them sevenfold. And what they never expected, your joy, your platform, your glow, is now being forced into their view daily. Type Amen to get blessing 666. Their mind is no longer peaceful. Each time they open their eyes, a new image of your future is burned into their vision. They see you surrounded by people who value you, opportunities they once blocked now chasing you. They can no longer control the narrative. The truth of who you are is louder than every false story they ever created. Their shame is louder than their pride now. You've become the light they cannot dim. No matter how far they run, heaven makes sure they see you. And in those haunting visions, they finally understand the weight of what they lost. Type Amen to get blessing 777. There's a divine hush that follows your name now. The same people who sat in circles speaking against you now fall silent when you enter. What was once ridicule is now reverence. You're not the same. And they know it. They can feel the shift in the air when you're spoken of. They are being forced to watch your elevation with their own eyes. Their actions created spiritual consequences, and those consequences are arriving one sleepless night at a time. The darkness they tried to pull you into now surrounds them. Type Amen to get blessing 888. They dreamed of your failure and now dream of your face. They hoped for your silence and now hear your name in the mouths of others they never expected. Everything they wanted to block is now being broadcast by the heavens. Your face glows with divine power. And no amount of wishing ill can reverse what's been set in motion. What God declared over your life is not reversible by man. They are haunted because the light in you was never theirs to take. The visions they see are not nightmares, but your destiny in full bloom. And the torment is that they are no longer part of it. Type Amen to get blessing 999. They thought they were punishing you. But they were preparing your name for divine exposure. Now, people they respect are speaking of your strength. Archangel Michael says, there are no coincidences in this season, only divine consequences. Everything they wished against you is what now keeps them awake. Your success is their silence. There's a divine echo moving through the earth. Wherever you were spoken against, you are now being honored. And the ones who hurt you? They're being told, spiritually, emotionally, relentlessly, what you are about to become. Type Amen to get blessing 313. They are having dreams of you being praised. They are seeing your face in flashes of glory. They thought they ended your story, but heaven has only just begun to write it. You are not rising alone. You are rising with the full army of angels behind you. The person who mistreated you now has to live with the fact that they can never unsee your future. There are things they see that they can't explain. They feel you even in your absence. And no matter how far they go, your greatness meets them in spiritual whispers. Type Amen to get blessing 717. They are losing peace while you gain favor. They speak no more because every word would reveal the shame of what they've done. God is showing them, in detail, the future they could never stop. You may not know all they did. But God did. And now heaven is making sure their soul remembers. You were not buried. You were planted. And the roots of your purpose are now breaking the surface and growing into brilliance. Type Amen to get blessing 222. The very place they mocked you is the same place your name is now being praised. The very people they gossiped with are now praising your glow. And your rise feels like punishment to them. They tried to curse you, but they are now living in the shadow of your blessing. Their silence isn't peace, it's fear. Their distance isn't strength, it's shame. The haunting won't end until they acknowledge what they did. The visions will grow louder until they admit the truth. Because heaven is not letting them rest until your name is honored in their mouth. Type Amen to get blessing 144. They held back love. They spread lies. They tried to destroy your image. But now they can't stop seeing your face in spiritual flashes. You were always more powerful than they realized. They tried to limit your future, but your future is now limiting their peace. The higher you rise, the deeper they sink into realization. Their greatest regret is beginning. And the visions won't stop until justice is served. The one who hurt you is being haunted, day and night, silently and painfully. Type Amen to get blessing 373. You, the one they tried to break, are now unshakable. You walk in peace while they run from guilt. Your smile is their reckoning. This haunting is not punishment, it is a prophecy fulfilled. The ones who caused you pain are now the ones being shaken awake by your greatness. Their dreams are filled with a version of you they tried to erase. But heaven brought you back stronger. And now their mind can no longer escape you. For what they tried to kill is now crowned in glory. Type Amen to get blessing 929. They are being reminded daily of your worth. Your future is written on the walls of their regret. Every moment they mistreated you is now being turned against their peace. You were chosen. Not by people, but by God. And that choosing comes with a light they can't block. Their life will never again be what it was. The visions of you were sent to remind them that you were sacred. That they mishandled something divine. Type Amen to get blessing 535. Even in their silence, you're louder. Even in their distance, you are closer than ever. They feel you rising and cannot do a thing to stop it. Their dreams won't be quiet. Their guilt won't let them rest. And the more you rise, the clearer the message becomes. This is what happens when heaven steps in. You are protected. You are rising. And they are being haunted by it. Type Amen to get blessing 888. Their pride once stood tall, now it trembles under your glow. Every image of your success comes with a wave of sorrow they cannot speak aloud. Their apology may never come, but the haunting will remain. They heard a divine one. And now divinity speaks through visions to make it right. You are not forgotten, you are celebrated in the unseen world. The same mouth that cursed your name now trembles to mention it. You are the prophecy. You are the reminder. You are the revelation. Type Amen to get blessing 424. They tried to erase you from stories. But now every story they hear whispers your name. The very timelines they thought were erased are now being replayed before their spiritual eyes like divine cinema. Each time they close their eyes, heaven opens a screen. A vision of your smiling face, your hands being lifted, your name being praised in rooms they tried to keep you out of. And that vision haunts them more than any punishment ever could. They are witnessing your future like prophecy revealed, but it's not theirs to touch. They cannot stop what has been written. They cannot undo what heaven has shown them. Type Amen to get blessing 121. The haunting is not just spiritual, it is emotional. The guilt pierces them like a storm they cannot hide from. They remember the moment they betrayed you, and now they must relive it in every vision of your success. You were meant to glow. They were given a chance to walk beside your greatness. But they used that chance to tear you down, and now they are being shown what they lost. God is showing them a future they cannot be part of. A blessing they cannot hold. A love they can never reclaim. Type Amen to get blessing 300. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, what they see is real, and it is unchangeable. The divine visions haunting them are not just reminders, they are sentences. Sentences written in spiritual ink for choices they made in darkness. You once cried, begging for their honesty. Now they cry, begging for silence. But it is too late, the message is loud, the visions are alive. Every door that closed on you is now opening. And they are being forced to watch it from the outside. They no longer have access, only regret. Type Amen to get blessing 404. The haunting has a pattern now. Every time your name is mentioned, a wave of energy grips their chest. Their soul recognizes that your destiny is not something they can stop. They turn on a screen and there you are. They scroll through posts and your face appears. It's divine placement, heaven is ensuring they don't look away. They tried to forget you, but heaven has marked you in their memory. You are the echo that won't fade. The light that continues to rise. Type Amen to get blessing 818. They are being reminded that they hurt someone pure. That they twisted the truth and expected to be blessed for it. But now the real blessing is following you, and the real silence is following them. This is what spiritual justice looks like. Not always loud. But always complete. Not revenge, just divine remembrance. Every room they enter now reminds them of your name. Even strangers are bringing you up, unknowingly being used by the divine to stir their conscience. There's no hiding from God's order. Type Amen to get blessing 919. They once thought they would never need you again. That you were replaceable. But now their haunting proves otherwise. They see you becoming what they never believed you could. And with every step you take higher, they sink deeper into the well of, what if? What if they had supported you? What if they had believed in you? What if they had protected you? But it's no longer your burden. You no longer live in that past. You've been called forward, and they've been chained to their choices. Type Amen to get blessing 1010. Their pride won't allow them to say it, but they know it's true. You are the chosen one. You are rising beyond their reach, and it frightens them. They tried to cover your name with shame. But now your name is being dressed in glory. The haunting isn't punishment, it's prophecy in motion. They failed to stop what God started. And now, they watch as the heavens open doors for you in every direction. And they must stay outside, with nothing but memory and remorse. Type Amen to get blessing 606. Even their friends begin to notice. People who once laughed with them at your pain now ask about you with curiosity. Your transformation is louder than their lies. And this too haunts them. Because now the same audience that applauded their cruelty is turning to witness your rebirth. You are the center of a new story, and they are no longer the authors. They stare at their hands, wondering how they let you go. And the answer comes each night, in visions, in dreams, in trembling wake-ups. They lost what was divine. Type Amen to get blessing 244. You were never meant to be average. That's why the pain you endured was not ordinary, it was targeted. But now, your glow is also not ordinary, it is royal. You shine without trying. You are being crowned without asking. And their haunting is part of the divine reversal, they must now sit in what they created. Their peace is being eaten away by the image of what you are becoming. Their pride is being dismantled every time you are mentioned in light. This is not coincidence, it is divine balance. Type Amen to get blessing 939. Archangel Michael says, no tear you cried was wasted. No betrayal was hidden from heaven's eyes. Now, every hidden moment is being revealed in the form of haunting visions sent to the ones who harmed you. They thought you were weak. But now their strength is breaking just from the thought of you. You hold a power now that doesn't require revenge, just presence. They don't need to see your face in person to feel your rise. They feel it in the air. They hear it in silence. They see it in dreams. Type Amen to get blessing 522. The further they run, the closer your vision follows. Every success you reach becomes a message they cannot ignore. Every blessing you receive becomes a reminder of what they tried to destroy. They once looked down on you. Now they look up, seeing you where they thought you'd never reach. It shakes their soul. And even if they try to pretend otherwise, their haunting won't let them lie to themselves. They know the truth. The truth is rising through you, and echoing through their regret. Type Amen to get blessing 700. You were underestimated. But now you're undeniable. You were cast aside. But now you are center stage. The haunting is not random. It's heaven's way of saying, this one was mine, and you mishandled them. You were covered, even in the betrayal. They called you foolish. Now wisdom surrounds your name. They labeled you weak. But now your strength screams through their dreams. Type Amen to get blessing 118. They cannot escape it. Not in sleep. Not in silence. Not in crowds. You are everywhere they never thought you'd be. And the haunting is intensifying. Because you are only just beginning. And they know, there is more coming. This is divine mercy. You were spared from those who didn't deserve your heart. Now you are being promoted in ways they never imagined. Type Amen to get blessing 345. The visions will not stop. Not until they admit the truth, not to you, but to themselves. Until they say aloud that they were wrong. They wronged someone sent by God. And heaven does not let that go unnoticed. Your face is not haunting them, your purpose is. You have become the mirror they didn't expect. The light that reveals their shadow. The peace they now crave, but can't reach. Type Amen to get blessing 432. In time, their silence will turn to a quiet cry. Not for reconciliation, but for relief. But there will be no rest until truth is acknowledged. And still, you rise. Not because of revenge. But because it was always written. You are going where they can never follow. You are shining in spaces they'll only dream of. And heaven will make sure they witness it all. Type Amen to get blessing 700. They whisper your name now, but not in pride, only in shame. What was once confidence in their deceit has now turned into trembling as your victory unfolds. Each image of you progressing shakes something deep in them they cannot explain to others. They once sat in circles mocking your dreams. Now, they sit alone, replaying memories that burn instead of comfort. The haunting is personal, crafted specifically by heaven to echo the pain they caused you. Their mind is not at ease. Their soul is not silent. Their spirit is under conviction they cannot escape from. Type Amen to get blessing 828. Everything they once used to judge you, your silence, your pain, your delay, is now working in your favor. You became powerful because you were patient. And now the divine is showing them that every quiet moment you endured was preparation. They are now surrounded by the same silence they once tried to drown you in. But it feels different to them, heavier, colder, emptier. Because that silence now holds your absence. They didn't expect your absence to echo. They thought you'd disappear and be forgotten. But instead, you left a mark so deep that it carved itself into their dreams. Type Amen to get blessing 292. The haunting intensifies when you speak your truth. Even without naming names, your story convicts their soul. Because they know you're talking about them, and the world is starting to know too. Every time your light spreads, they sink deeper into the darkness they created for themselves. They wanted you to remain broken. But now your healing is a divine alarm clock waking them from denial. The more healed you become, the more haunted they are. You moving on has become their punishment. And your peace has become their unrest. Type Amen to get blessing 114. Archangel Michael says, your rise will be seen by those who hoped it would never come. The very ones who hurt you must now live with the proof that you were never weak, you were chosen. You did not need revenge. You needed restoration. And that is exactly what God gave you in full measure. Each vision they get of your life is louder than the last. More vivid. More undeniable. And no matter how they try to shake it off, it sticks to their soul. Type Amen to get blessing 339. The dreams don't stop. They wake up feeling like they just saw you in person. They hear your voice in places where you haven't been. Even their reflections betray them. Because they now see the consequences of their actions staring back through haunted eyes. And yet, you haven't even spoken a word to them. It's divine justice at work. You stayed still, and heaven moved for you. They moved against you, and heaven moved against them. Type Amen to get blessing 606. They remember every lie they spread. Every moment they laughed behind your back. And now those laughs echo back at them with shame. You've become untouchable, not because of revenge, but because of restoration. You are protected now in ways they never believed possible. Their hands are cold now. Their heart is heavy. And still, visions of you in joy replay like clockwork. Type Amen to get blessing 147. They know now that what they did wasn't hidden. That God saw it all. And heaven is holding them accountable, one vision at a time. Every closed door you experienced was not a delay, it was divine protection from their poison presence. And now, that door is locked from your side, not theirs. They want to look away from your glow, but the divine will not allow it. Every light you step into forces them to see the truth. Type Amen to get blessing 626. You don't even have to show up for them to feel you. Your name carries a power now that shakes foundations. You've become the lesson they didn't expect to learn. They were warned. Spiritually, they were told not to hurt you. But they didn't listen, and now their sleep is the price. The more they try to forget, the clearer the dreams become. You are rising in power, and that rise now lives in their mind rent-free. Type Amen to get blessing 515. Every person they meet reminds them of the respect they failed to show you. Every compliment they hear about someone else is a trigger, because it reminds them of what they could have said to you but never did. And now, they want peace. But peace requires confession. And they are too afraid to speak the truth out loud. So the haunting continues. Because what isn't confessed cannot be released. And their soul knows what they did. Type Amen to get blessing 727. You were the blessing they mishandled. And heaven has made you unforgettable. Not out of pride, but as a divine example. Your glow now walks ahead of you. It speaks for you. It haunts them in ways they never imagined. You do not need closure from them anymore. Their punishment is to carry the weight of their betrayal without the relief of your presence. Type Amen to get blessing 393. Their new silence speaks more than words ever could. Their avoidance is loud. Their discomfort is visible. Because everywhere they go, your energy is already there. Heaven made sure of it. You are spiritually ahead of them now, always out of reach. You are unreachable for a reason. You outgrew the betrayal. You matured through the pain. And now you wear peace like armor. Type Amen to get blessing 303. The haunting will not stop until they acknowledge what they did. Even if only to themselves. The truth is the only door to their healing, but few have the courage to open it. And so, the dreams continue. Your face at the height of joy. Your voice speaking with power. Your name being praised in rooms they can't enter. They see you doing what they thought you could never do. And that sight burns in a way their pride can't protect them from anymore. Type Amen to get blessing 858. Archangel Michael says, they are being judged by their own memories now. What they did in secret is being judged by what they now see in spirit. They never thought your glow would survive. But it did. And now it is bright enough to follow them into their darkest hours. Your breakthrough is their reminder. Your blessing is their mirror. And your rise is their reckoning. Type Amen to get blessing 373. This is not just karma. This is divine balance. The order of heaven is being restored, and you are the evidence. You didn't fight back, and that's why God fought for you. You didn't curse them, and that's why you're being blessed. You stayed silent, and now their soul speaks louder than any words could. Their regret is a song they cannot mute. Their mistake is a movie that replays every night. And you, the one they hurt, are now the star of it all. Type Amen to get blessing 535.